Good morning, everyone. I had the honor of coaching our presenter this morning. This is Blake Gamble with Omex Office Experts Maintenance, or Office Maintenance Experts. And he's never done this before. He's never presented in front of a group. So we're going to show him how gracious and kind we are and how much we're here to help and willing to help him. Okay, come on up, Blake.
Morning. Just got real, didn't it?
You're good.
My name's Blake Gamel, and I'm the owner operator of Omex Office Maintenance Experts. We're a small commercial office cleaning company. Remember how to do this thing here.
You got a lot to hold. Would you like me to advance your slides so you don't have to worry about that?
Thank you.
You got it.
At Omex, our goal is simple. We help our clients look professional by keeping their workspaces pristine, all along supporting their growth and development. Okay. Before I started Omex in 2019, I spent over 35 years in the landscape industry. It all began as a ditch digger, working for my stepdad on the weekends. He paid me well and occasionally even gave me a cold beer. I like that part of it. But he also worked me hard, and that set the foundation for work ethic and a career in the landscape industry that spanned more than 3 decades. However, after all those years, burnout hit me hard. I felt like I needed something new, something that sparked my interest again. That something new turned out to be the office cleaning business. I chose to start Omex as my new career because after 35 years in the landscaping, I was feeling burnt out and ready for a new challenge. I wanted to take the skills and work ethic I built over the years and apply them in a fresh way. The office cleaning business seemed like the perfect fit. I launched Omex 8 months before the pandemic hit. At first, everything seemed to be going great. Work was coming in fast. Labor was easy to find, and proffers were looking good. Honestly, I thought to myself, why didn't I do this years ago? Would have been nice. And then 8 months later, out of nowhere, bam, COVID hit. Almost overnight, offices shut down. People started working from home, and the demand from our services dropped. On the top of that, there were supply shortages. Remember the toilet paper crisis? I barely remember standing in line at Walmart, freezing, waiting to get supplies. COVID tested my resilience in ways I could have never imagined. I think we all had to be resilient during those times. As an entrepreneur, it's especially true, as Abraham Lincoln once said, success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. Well, I can't say I didn't lose any enthusiasm, but what COVID taught me was resilience is key. It's not just about surviving, it's about finding new ways to thrive in the face of challenges. In the aftermath of COVID, I realized that to keep Omex alive and to grow, I needed to adapt. I worked with incredible organizations like SBA, PTAC, the Thrive Program, and Fat Pipe. Thank you, ladies. And with their support, I made important changes. I improved our internal procedures, addressed labor challenges, and built sales and marketing funnels to drive new businesses. Today, I feel like we turned the pains caused by COVID into gains. I have a team I trust, a stronger business model, and a real plan for scaling the company. Now I'm ready to take Omex to the next level. With our processes in place and our marketing strategy working, I'm excited about what the future holds. Thank you all so much for taking the time to listen to my story. Really appreciate it. It really means a lot to me to be able to share this journey with my fellow entrepreneurs like yourselves. Every step of the way, from digging ditches to growing Omex, has been a learning experience, and I know there's still a lot ahead of me. As we grow, word of mouth support is invaluable for us. And I'd be grateful if you'd help spread the word about Omex. If you know of any companies or organizations looking for reliable, professional office cleaning services, I'd love to connect with them. Your recommendations and referrals would mean a lot as we work to expand and serve more businesses in Albuquerque. But before I wrap up, I'd love to ask for your advice. As I continue to build Omex and develop as a leader, your guidance would be incredible value. Here are a few things I'm currently working on, and I'd love your thoughts. First, how can I be more comfortable and confident with public speaking? Second, I want to make sure I'm creating a workplace where everyone feels included and valued. How can I implement better diversity and inclusion practices as we grow? Finally, how do you think I can use these two areas, better public speaking and fostering inclusion, to not only improve myself, but to help Omex thrive? I really appreciate any insights you can share. Thank you.
You did great, Blake.
Thank you.
All right, guys, let's have some questions and feedback for Blake. Come on up and form a line. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Very nice
Thank you.
presentation. I know this is your first time and I know how intimidating that can be because I've been in that same spot before. So you want to know about public speaking. I can tell you that about 40 some odd years ago, I joined an organization called Toastmasters. You ever heard of Toastmasters?
Yeah.
And boy, I learned so much from them. They teach about leadership, communication, and listening. 3 skills that you need so you can do more of what you do. I was able to speak in front of 5,000 people after many years of being with that organization. And now whenever I've been given an opportunity to speak in front of anybody, any size group, I can instantaneously pull up anything and talk about anything without a lot of fear. And I've moved on to actually being a live theater actor at one time. And then I've also developed into a professional speaker on dementia and hearing loss. By the way, my name's Norm Dawson, in case you didn't get that part, I forgot that. And so I encourage you, and if you need more information, there's several clubs in the Albuquerque area that have different personalities. They would love to have you come and you can learn at your own pace. It would be a wonderful place to get some really inexpensive learning about how to do public speaking.
Great. Appreciate that. Thank you.
You bet. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dr. Andrew Moser. I'm with Sacred Parents Acupuncture. So I've got to second Norm's recommendation for Toastmasters. That has helped me so much throughout my life. My main question to you is, like, how do you get clients? Do you go knocking on doors? Do you do social? Do you yeah, just roll on that topic.
Originally, we would 2019, we were knocking on doors. That was the majority we do. We do cold calling. Now we do a lot of that. We advertise it on Facebook. We're starting to advertise on Facebook. We're starting to do some stuff on Google now. We started work like this, try to do more speaking, engaging, meet more people. Yeah.
Which avenue has provided the greatest yields for you, out of curiosity?
It's been word of mouth. I honestly, knocking on doors. It's been most helpful. Just recently started getting into, like, the last month or so, started doing some Google stuff, Google ads and Facebook. but it's been mainly word of mouth, knocking on doors.
And then like, what size of a company is your ideal customer? Are they like 5 people? Is it 500? What's the best size for you?
Yeah, we're a small commercial cleaning company. Our ideal customer is offices with 20 to 100 people.
And do you have any like reviews or any companies that you can say that, I mean, are proud customers of yours or anything like that?
Yeah, we work for South Valley Economic Center. I'm proud of them. They're a nonprofit organization. We've been with them it's been like 5 years. They're one of our first clients. We work with like First Baptist Convention Center, organizations like that. That's what we look for is nonprofit organizations. People are doing good for the industry, for the community.
Sure.
Hey, Blake, can you hold the microphone up closer to your mouth?
Yeah.
Those all sound very wonderful. My first thought is, I mean, they're probably a lower income or a lower profit driven model. Obviously, I think, I mean, business, we all need to make money. So the areas that you can make the highest profit margin are probably going to be your bread and butter. Yeah, so I mean, I would leverage, I mean, the Economic Growth Center or the South Valley or the church. I mean, they all know lots of people, and I would lean on those as much as you can.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Danielle, I saw your pop up. I'll call on you in just a minute. Blake, we see you interviewing lots of people. I'd like to know a little bit about how you go about hiring employees. Maybe how many do you have right now? And what's your turnover like? I imagine in that industry, it's difficult.
It is. I can answer that real quick, but I'm having a short story. About 8 months ago, I just quit selling whatsoever. I could not manage labor for anything. I was doing a lot of the work myself. Couldn't find people to stick around more than a week or two. So I went down to like 3 jobs, and that's what I got now is 3 jobs, and I got 3 employees. And I've been able to like in the last 8 months or so figure out a way to I can't say solve that problem of labor, but work on that problem of labor.
You're a member of the Thrive program, which is an SBA program. Can you tell me, do they help you with any of those challenges? What are you learning at Thrive?
Actually, I learned a lot at Thrive. Thrive helped me. Well, let me back up. Thrive is a small business program, 6-month business program. They've helped me a lot. They've helped me kind of just marketing. I mean, they've helped me in marketing. They've helped me in sales. They've helped me in being a better leader. Just stuff like that. You know, this is I recommend it for anybody who can participate in that.
Great, good resource. Come on up, JP, and then we'll call on Danielle.
Good morning, Blake.
Good morning.
Thank you for your presentation this morning. I think my name's JP. I have a couple of small entrepreneurial businesses. I'm still developing my Amazing Life service, which is to kind of help people with the changes going on in the world through, I would say it's a spiritually kind of conscious motivated company, but I also do a lot of services, like I do remodeling work, I do sound baths, a lot of different things. So I'm kind of like I'm like a jazz musician in entrepreneurship. I adapt to situations and do different things. So seeing what you do, every office that you go into has the same challenges, but can be a different environment. So can you talk a little bit about what you do when you go in to do your work?
Sure. Kind of when we first get a project, for example, this building here, we would kind of walk in, just assess it, how many restrooms, and I'm not sure how to answer that one. I'm not sure if I totally understand the question, but what would we do when we got a new building? How do we?
Okay, yeah. Okay, so for each new client, do you go? So you assess the facility, and do you kind of like have a list of things that you kind of do, or is it just you kind of start with the bathrooms and work? I'm just kind of curious, like your procedure when you go into the building and how you conduct your business.
It's trademark, but I'll let you know. We kind of come in the building, we wipe everything down, we'll wipe everything down, usually from top to bottom is what they say. Is like, we want everything to fall to the bottom. We'll walk through, we'll wipe everything down, throw the trash out the same time. We'll come back and the restrooms are usually last and the floors are usually last. We'll usually work our way out of the building. We're leaving here, we'll usually just, if we're mopping, we'll mop our way out or wherever the closet is. So we work from the couple of bottom.
Do you also, like your chemicals, do you use kind of like the new kind of green environmental kind of stuff, or is it the kind of the intense stuff with all the chlorine and stuff?
To answer your question, both. Right before COVID, we used a lot of the green stuff, but there's more products now that kill COVID. But a lot of people aren't really in their mind safe with them or right. So, but yeah, we do both.
Well, I applaud what you do in your business. It's not easy, and it could be a thankless work to other people that are kind of in the more kind of blue collar, white collar type of work. Now, as far as like the public speaking goes, I've been doing this for 38 years and I can't say I'm good at it, but what keeps me going is the desire to want to get up and share. And I think being a musician helps kind of when you're performing, you're speaking in a different language where it's like you're not trying to communicate so much through verbal, you're using your music and your sounds. And I would say use the jitters and the uncomfortable tension and make that work for you somehow. And I heard someone who's a professional at the public speaking said, get into your power stance. So like get into your space before you get in front of people and talk. And then when you approach your space, get into your power stance. And that means like get into your space where you feel comfortable and confident and just rock it. Like, don't hold anything back, be yourself and be confident. And it's okay to make mistakes in front of people because people are forgiving and we're not perfect. And again, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Good luck with your business.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Danielle, would you like to go next?
There we go. Okay. Hi there. I'm Danielle with Conscious Crossroads End of Life Services. Good job, especially for a first time presenting. I can definitely relate. I'm often told that I do well, but I'm hiding a lot, apparently, because I don't particularly feel comfortable for the first couple of minutes, and then I kind of fall into a groove. So a couple of things with that is just like JP just said, that moment of getting into a power stance or whatever it is when you're kind of collecting yourself, I highly recommend working on belly breathing. Look into that specifically. It helps lower your nervous system response. So you kind of come out of fight or flight. And that kind of helps just bring everything down a few gears. You just downshift and it makes it a little easier. So I work on that. And then looking into business networking meetings, things like Above and Beyond. I think Dr. Norm and Barbara are there and they can help tell you about that. That's kind of a nice smaller group. There are a few other smaller ones that are a little easier to stand up and talk in the first few times. I did that actually for the first year to get more comfortable. And then you can kind of work up to the larger groups like BNI or the Hispano Chamber of Commerce. They're really good groups to get in. They offer a lot of resources and referrals back and forth. So I'd recommend getting into some of those groups. It's easier to start with smaller stuff.
Great, thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Danielle.
Good morning, Brian. I'm Barbara Dawson with Purple Mulch.
Blake.
Nice to meet you. And I have a couple of questions, but I'll start with the first one that comes to mind for me is what is it about your business, the one thing that makes you unique, so that when I'm talking to other people who have offices, I can say, oh, you need to get a hold of Brian because he does this. Blake, not Brian. Thank you, Blake.
It's okay.
So tell me, what's that one thing that makes you unique?
I don't know if there's a one thing. People ask me that all the time. I don't know if there's a one thing that makes me company unique. We're trying not to serve everybody in the landscape industry. We're trying to just serve the office. What makes us unique is we're serving the office portion of the janitorial cleaning. We're not out doing hospitals and stuff like that. We're uniquely doing office buildings between 20 and 100 employees.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that your focus is, you're focusing on the office buildings that house up to 100 people.
Correct.
Are you really focusing on the office building or the people that work in it?
On the building,
On the building,
yes.
okay. So that's good to know. So it's on the building. All right, my other comment is, have you ever heard of an organization called Two Maids?
No,
Okay. I know a company, a friend of mine and her husband that just started Two Maids. And you might look up their website, because some of the things that I find are unique is that they will say, this is all the things that we do. And I think they do office buildings, but this is all the things that we do typically. Maybe it's homes also. It's homes, primarily homes, not businesses. But you might look at that and say, what do they do normally in a home? And then people can add on, oh, and I want you to do my oven, or I want you to do the edges of my windows where the window comes down, the dirt attaches. Or I want you to fold my laundry, or I want you to do whatever else. And so there's the main service, a deep clean that you can do once every 4 months, 6 months, whatever, a typical every week, 2-week cleaning. And then all these little add-ons. And it might be, I don't know if you do any of that, but it might be something that would also get you people, I'm looking for someone to clean my office building. Oh, they're gonna do this for me. That looks good. Oh, and I do want them to add on these things. Maybe a little more organization. Do you have anything like that on your website?
yes, we have all that. So,
Oh, good.
But to your point is, we do all that for our customers. We don't do that, like we don't do window cleaning for somebody that's not a customer.
Sure.
We do deep cleaning for someone that's a customer. We'll do stripping and waxing the floors if they're a customer.
Sure.
We don't seek out to find somebody that's to do that on. So, but yeah, we have a lot. It's all on our website. We do that.
Okay, good. And how do people find your website? Is it like a Google search, or how does that work?
It's omexabq.com. You can do a Google search. Yes.
And if Miriam was here, she'd probably be talking to you about SEO, but she's not here. But she would be telling you, oh, what are you doing to do the search engine optimization and make sure that you're on the first page? If I look for office cleaning, where are you? Number one. Well, I think you've got more going for you than you admit.
It's sponsored though, but it's number one.
Okay, good. All right,
Thank you.
Hi, Blake. I'm Clifton Chadwick with Comunicaciones Cocopelli. So one of the challenges of holding on to labor, do you guys do most of the work at night?
All our work is at night.
So overnight essentially. So,
Yeah.
okay, I know a young man that I want to get a business card and share with him. You've gotten a lot of great advice, you know. I've been doing this for a long time and I still get nervous. And I think JP's advice about tapping into that nerve, kind of like before an athletic event, you know, if you've ever, you know, I used to wrestle. So before going onto the mat, I'd have to get myself into a whole place. And but tapping into that nervous energy, when I was early on stage, I used to let my energy loose by tapping my foot. I really had to learn to stand still. And then I let that energy just sort of run and ground me to the spot, kind of like I feel you might be doing now.
I'm getting comfortable.
Yeah, you are. And your voice is coming a little bit. I can tell when you're comfortable because your voice isn't as constricted in your throat. And one of the tips about the belly laughing is I always like to point out to people that, you know, we need to push air past our vocal cords. And the way we can make our voice louder and higher and so forth is by constricting all of these, which we just sort of know how to do, or by making sure that we have plenty of air in our lungs, kind of like the way a bagpipe works. You know, the bagpiper isn't always blowing into the pipe. A lot of times she's just squeezing or he's just squeezing that thing. So I always like to start with a very deep breath. And then I can just take shallow breaths on top of that. But I've always got a really supported air kind of a thing going on by starting out with a good deep breath. And I think to Danielle's point, that'll probably also help. tap you into the right kind of energy. And then also, your client at South Valley Economic Development Center, are you aware of TASA down there? Are they still doing that?
No.
I don't know. Does anybody here know if they're still doing TASA? Okay, well, never mind.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Deanna Vincent with Dry Heat Photography, and so I just have a couple of suggestions. So I'm in a networking group called Roadrunner Business Networking, and it used to be a chapter of BNI, and it's split off and kind of gone its own way, much lower key and a lot more fun. But my point is that, so every week, like the structure of the meeting is that everyone has to stand up and do their 45-second commercial about themselves. But sometimes, just for funsies, we mix it up and everyone has to stand up and do someone else's commercial. And whenever that happens, though, it's really interesting because everyone magically becomes twice as engaging, twice as funny, twice as charismatic. And you go like, damn, I wish that person worked for me, right? And the reason is because you lose the self-consciousness about talking about yourself. And so maybe when you stand up to talk about yourself, imagine you're talking about your best friend's business that you think is awesome. And also remembering that no one's going to be more enthusiastic about your business than you. So bring it. And also, we'd love for you to come visit at Roadrunner. There's no one in it currently that does what you do. So there would be a space for you in the group. And I think there's a lot of, there's other members that could be good, like symbiotic relationships for you, that like a property management, commercial realtor, things like that, people that would be in circles that could send you referrals. So I'll talk to you later about that. Okay.
Blake, that is a solid lead right there.
Thank you. I love it. Morning.
Good morning. I am going to ask a question that you are struggling, and here I have no idea how I would find employees for office cleaning in today's world. You've gotten 3. It's a tough business. How are you going about that? I don't have any suggestions.
What was it? How am I going?
How are you going about getting employees? I mean, this is a tough time.
Yeah, there's a program we use, online program. It's called Work Recruit. They do most of the work for me, actually. It's all done online. To Indeed. Actually, it's run through Indeed, but this program, Work Recruit, runs it. But it's nice. I mean, I interview here on Thursdays from 10 to 12. And lately it's been a lot better than it was 8 months ago.
Okay. That was my big concern is that you're saying you're kind of you limiting your business because of the number of employees you have. And that sounds really serious. And I was curious what you're doing to get that solved.
Yeah. I'm in the process of getting that solved. Like I said, I incorporated, I'm using a third-party company, which they do a lot of work for me.
And they're working?
Yeah, they're working great. The platform actually works great.
Thank you.
Hi, it's me again. Brain Health with Dr. Nora. That's the name of my company. I'm in the dementia defense business. My wife Barbara brought up a company called Two Maids. Again, I encourage you to look at the website, but something that is distinctive about them, they just do residential, so they're not in competition with you. But they are thriving. They're growing so big, they're looking for people because they are just slammed with business requests. The thing that makes them so unique about their employees is what they do is they tell the employees, go in and clean, and then they submit a survey to the customer. The customer then fills it out. If they get a good review, the employee gets more money. So it's an incentive for the employee to stick around and to do a really good job. So again, I encourage you to look at the website and see how they put that together so you can maybe talk about that to your employees, because you want to retain good people and you want them to do a good job, right?
Correct.
Super. So my little 2 cents worth.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure.
Any more feedback for Blake? All right, we have 2 final questions. Yeah, I know, right? Well, please stick around today and converse with everyone after, because I think you'll get some more feedback and maybe some more connections.
Awesome.
But the first question I have for you is red or green? Christmas, okay. And what's the one thing that this community can do for you today?
You can just help me support by word of mouth, my company. And I appreciate everybody coming today and support me in that way. But yeah, word of mouth would be great.
All right, let's give Blake a few